Hey everyone, so today I wanted to talk to you about a piano learning app I ended up giving to my niece called Simply Piano, and it solved a very specific problem for us. You see, she was excited about learning piano, but I didn't want it to turn into a daily go practice argument. And quick context, before I'd hand it to her, I tried it myself first. I used to play piano many years ago. My fingers have lost it, but I was looking for a low pressure way to get back into playing. So when it worked so well for me, I decided to do some more research on how it works for kids and decided it would be great for my niece. So in this video, I'll walk you through what Simply Piano is, how it feels to use in real life, what it does especially well for children, and a couple of small things to keep in mind, and who I think it makes the most sense for. All right, so here's what Simply Piano simply is. It's a piano learning app you can use with either a real piano or a keyboard. The app listens while you play through your device's microphone and gives you feedback as you go. So it's not just watching lessons and guessing whether you're doing it right. It's built to guide beginners step by step, and it also works well for people who are coming back after a long break. The pacing is meant to feel manageable instead of overwhelming, and the experience is designed around real-time feedback and guided progress that feels interactive. And here's the thing about kids and piano. Most kids don't quit because they don't like music. They quit because early learning can feel a lot like pressure, right? They make mistakes and they can't tell if they're improving, and practice starts to feel like failing. That's what happened to me. Once it feels like failing, it's really hard to keep them excited. Now, as I mentioned, I tested the app out for myself, so let's talk about first impressions, because that's usually where kids either connect with something or utterly lose interest. So one thing I liked right away is that Simply Piano doesn't just drop you into random lessons. It asks a few questions about your age, experience, your goals, what kind of learning style you respond to, and then it uses that to steer you into a starting point that actually fits. And that matters a lot more than you'd think, because if the first lesson is too easy, kids get bored. If it's too hard, they get frustrated. So this kind of tailored experience is actually really helpful. Personally, the questionnaire really helped me figure out my own goals. And when it came time to set up the app for my niece, her mother and I had a nice conversation and figured out that she responds really well to playing games as a learning style. And so we picked that option for her. If that sounds like something that you'd want to test out for yourself, you can find a link to the app in the description below. All right, so here's what this looks like when your kid is actually using it. Your kid opens the app, it does a short little lesson, plays along, and gets immediate feedback. And that feedback loop is the secret sauce for younger learners, because it keeps things moving, right? It makes the app feel interactive, not like a lecture. And it gives them quick wins, which is what you need if you want them to come back tomorrow. In our case, it also helped that the lessons didn't demand long sessions. The whole vibe is more like, do a little bit, get a win, build momentum, which is more realistic for a kid than sit down and practice for 30 minutes. Now, I want to talk about the moment that really stood out to me, because my niece is a huge Frozen fan. I know, shocking, and she wanted to learn how to play Let It Go. And the second her piano started sounding even remotely recognizable, her whole attitude changed. It wasn't just piano practice anymore. She literally looked up at me all excited and whispered, "I can actually play it." She's been playing and singing it basically every other day since. And it honestly made me think back to when I was younger. Like, I love classical music. I really do, from Bach to Mendelssohn to Mozart. But if my early practice had been built around fun, familiar songs I actually cared about, instead of feeling like I was stuck grinding the same serious pieces, I probably would have stayed consistent sooner. That's what Simply Piano does really well, especially for kids. It uses recognizable music as motivation, and then the app kind of just sneaks in the fundamentals around that. So it's still learning, but it doesn't feel like endless drills right out the gate. All right, so let's address the screen time concern, because I know that's what a lot of parents hesitate on, and I did in the beginning as well. But then I realized that while Simply Piano app technically uses a screen, the screen is not the main focus, right? The piano is. The phone or tablet is basically acting like a guide. It just shows kids what to do, it listens in, and it responds. So instead of just passive scrolling, your kid is actively doing something physical and skill-based. If you're trying to turn screen time into something more intentional, this is one of the more practical versions of that idea. All right, so there are a couple of practical considerations that you got to keep in mind here. One thing, some families notice that how well the app hears your kid playing depends on the kind of setup you got at home. If you got a loud house with multiple kids screaming, a TV on, a keyboard speaker that isn't really super clear, the microphone listening can get a little finicky. The good news is there are helpful MIDI guides online for Simply Piano, and connecting a compatible keyboard that way can make note detection feel much more reliable. Another thing is that some lessons can feel like they move on a bit quickly if your child hesitates. For some kids, that momentum is motivating. For others, it can feel slightly stressful at first. The way I usually handle this is, cool, just try again until it works. The app is set up to let your kid repeat things as much as they need, and that kind of repetition without penalty is often what builds confidence in the long run. And by the way, just a quick note on pricing and plans, because Simply Piano runs on a subscription model, and what you get depends on the type of plan you choose. There are monthly or yearly subscriptions and individual or family plans. I believe there's actually a promotional discount running right now, so the individual plan is for about $18 a month, then the family plan is around $24. If you choose to pay for the whole year, you get even better prices. The individual plan would be $170 annually, and the family plan would be $210. But keep in mind, prices and discounts actually vary depending on where you live, and in some cases, you may need to put your email in order to see your region's prices. That might be a little annoying, but personally, I was already interested after filling out their questionnaire, so it didn't bother me all that much. All right, so we ended up going with the family plan, right? Because that way we could have multiple profiles under one account, so each learner can have their own progress and lessons. And what's nice about the family plan is that it includes access to all the Simply apps, not just piano. So if you're on a family plan, you can use Simply Piano, Simply Guitar, Simply Draw, Simply Sing, all with the same subscription. That means siblings can learn different instruments or explore singing and drawing as well, all under the same plan. And they do have a free trial, so that way you can see if it fits your family's routine before you commit. So who does Simply Piano make the most sense for? Well, if you got a kid who's curious about piano and you want an at-home learning option that feels fun, achievable, and doesn't require you to constantly supervise, it is a very strong fit. It also works well for families juggling schedules, right? It's this digital tutor style experience that you can flexibly fit into either after school time or weekends. On the other hand, if your kid is already really serious and you want hands-on technique correction and detail coaching, this isn't going to replace the benefits of a traditional teacher. It'll just supplement them. If your kid needs constant one-on-one engagement to stay focused, I would suggest that you pair the app learning with some parental involvement early on. And while we have spent a lot of time talking about how great this app is for kids, I did also try it myself as a returning student, and I know it's also helpful for beginner adults. It works for all ages and all skill levels. So here is my recommendation. If your goal is to give your child a meaningful hobby that builds confidence and real skills without turning piano into a daily fight, Simply Piano is worth checking out. Not because it's perfect and not because it magically turns anyone into a savant overnight, but because it's clearly designed around the real reason kids stop: boredom, frustration, not feeling progress. Watching my niece get excited about playing Let It Go for the 1500th time shows me why kids are more likely to stick with practice when it's fun. So if you want to explore Simply Piano, I'll leave that link down in the description. And I'm going to be just transparent, that is an affiliate link. It won't cost you anything extra, but it does help support the channel a little bit. Also, if you are a brand yourself and you'd like to work with us or sponsor a future video, you can reach out to us using the email that's also in the description. And if you do try Simply Piano with your kid, I am genuinely curious, what song would they be most excited to learn first? Let me know down in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.